And this is the third part. First, for the patient ones, for those who want to have the full story, because I will not be writing messages or talking to people about this and like, in triplicates and fiveplicate. And my business here is just to put it out there and someone will come across it. It just should be out there. I don't know why, but because it feels important and it feels right. Because it is strange things. And there is a little bit still of the words of the on the strange side words. It looks to me like an attempt at programming, though I never came across such things and don't know how it works, but it does look like. Because yes, I would have to look here because I do not keep this, and I just want in my mind, and I want to put it out exactly the way it was here. And unfortunately, certainly when my husband was packing me into the ambulance, he didn't pack exactly like, things for me to write on paper. So for several days, I didn't have paper, but as soon as I reached normal room, like out of intensive care, I asked for paper and pen to write things down, and I did remember most important things, and whatever I forgot means it was not important. So this programming attempt, well, I call it programming, and you will see for yourself. I don't know what it was, but I just call it because it looks like. There are words that it's difficult to describe. Either I hear them in my mind or I see myself saying it, and they seem important to remember because I hear them. And for some reason, I think it's important to remember, and I keep repeating them and keep repeating so that to impress them in my mind, and they stay there. And you see for yourself. Hear the words. I am the working Jesus. Follow the dark, bright light, and I will follow you. Crazy, right? And only after saying this in whatever manner, I don't know, several times, I notice the dark light. Certainly, there is a question, right? Who is I am? I will follow you. And I think to myself, Jesus doesn't really need me. I am sure he has all his stuff figured out. He looks like competent person. He understands things. He does not need me, so it really sounds strange. And only after several repeats, I notice that it's dark light. And when I notice, I say to myself, why would Jesus follow a dark light? Definitely he wouldn't. So I just replace in all those words the dark light, either to love light or to bright light. Not not yellow, but I just have in my head the picture how it looks, when it's yellow light, but I didn't want to call it yellow because yellow would be somehow not suitable because it's yellow but warm, as if there is a little bit of orange there. And I keep having this picture in my mind and kind of showing this is the the light that I mean. So this is why I called this programming because it came out of somewhere and I felt this urge to repeat it so as not to forget. And when I am out, when I recovered, I still haven't decided what I would do with it because I didn't understand, because I'm not a walking Jesus. I know I am. It's not like, there is some spirit inside me and now I'm different. I feel different. I'm this new person because it's not so, right? And I wouldn't want to be putting out there stuff which does not feel true. So we're done here with the walking Jesus. And it's so really strange because I do not follow any particular religion, Catholicism or Christianity. I only know that Jesus is a great, kind, competent guy, and he was trying to help us show show the light. Only we didn't feel like seeing. Okay, the next thing concerns me. And the words are, I gave you the mole as a signal, as a warning. I had a mole here, and it turned out to be melanoma. By the way, the thing they cut out was melanoma too. So this was cut out and never appeared anywhere in my body for several years. So I just stopped going to the ladies who were planning, oh, we need to come and do the scans and compare the scans every 6 months. Oh, didn't sound like fun. It sounded like a very bad idea. And it was so difficult to me. They made an appointment and I couldn't call them. And finally I think I did, and I canceled an appointment there. And I talked to somebody on the phone and actually said that I won't be doing it. And I was so relieved. It was difficult work. And it was some loud thing, and it was in New York. And, it would be living around the disease and always watching. And it just didn't feel right. So the mole was cut out, and I didn't see it as a warning or something, but when I saw that it was melanoma and something wrong going on, and did some changes. And it was the time when I was helping my dad to somehow manage the grief of my mom passing end of 20 or 21. So around that time, right, right before the war started. And it was also calling and checking on my friend on email who was in their war country. She's my childhood friend, and she lives there in the second largest city, Kharkiv. And I was doing it, and it was it was, to tell you the truth, so difficult, and I didn't seem to be helping my dad in any way. It was so difficult to watch him in this grief. So I decided not to do any of these things because I thought that this was causing my problem. This was laying so heavily on my shoulders and on my heart. So I stopped, but it must have been, it wasn't that much. There must have been something else like anger and hurts or whatever called hurts, right? Feeling wounded by people, the way things was set, the life was set. The pleasant and good thing about the hospital experience was no phone, no messages, no housework, paperwork, no emails. Oh, this person wrote, I need to answer quite soon. There was none of that. So, and it felt so good to take a break. And even though we missed because we were planning to go to Japan in 2 days, I was glad we didn't go because it was traveling in trains and buses and crowds of people. And I needed somewhere, not in the hospital, peaceful, quiet, like nature or ocean. So you see, things always work the best way. But in there, and the last thing I want to mention here in this case, I agree with what Brian said. When you come across something that needs to be done and you need to get help urgently, it's either surgery or something that's serious like heart or head, you wouldn't want the woo-woo things. You would go to a regular doctor. So, and the people were wonderful there, and I do thank them for all the work they did. And I am on this side, thanks to them. So, and I also decided because I have some things to do, I'm not leaving yet. Okay, sending you all up and be good to yourself and take breaks and do things that you love. And things are going to work out well. You'll see. All this, what is happening and what you're upset about, it will work out well. It's already working.